And a 16-year-old girl is now facing homicide charges. Metro Police releasing Isabel Jackson's mugshot just moments ago, charging her with criminal homicide. This after 14-year-old Malia Powell was fatally stabbed near the bus stop in the Walmart parking lot on Dickerson Pike.
Hi guys, I wanted to let you guys all know I am aware of word that's going around right now about my name and my past, and I will be fully addressing the entire situation. Please just give me some time. This is reopening a huge part of my past right now that I was really hoping that I could move on from. The word's getting out, I'm hearing a lot of lies, and I wanted to let you guys know the full true story of what happened.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Janae, and in today's video, let me first off saying rest in peace, Malia Powell. And in today's video, we're going to talk about a case that has resurfaced and sparked intense discussion on TikTok. Isabel Jackson, aka I guess her name is Luna May on TikTok. If you've been on TikTok lately, you might have seen the name Luna May trending. So let's explore the facts, the controversies, and the public's perception surrounding this case. So on June 16, 2022, a tragic event occurred in Nashville. Isabel Jackson, aka Luna May, then 16, was charged with criminal homicide for the fatal stabbing of 14-year-old Malia Powell in the parking lot of Walmart on Dickerson Pike. According to the Metro Nashville Police Department, the two groups had a brief verbal exchange inside the store, and later Johnson reportedly challenged Malia Powell to a fight, during which Malia was fatally stabbed in the neck with a knife. Isabella, or Luna May, fled the scene, but was arrested later that night at her apartment on Claiborne Street. So there's not a whole lot of details about the trial proceedings. And I guess it's because they were juvenile at the time, so it's been really limited to the public records as far as like what I could find on the internet. However, the case remained a point of contention, especially as we see this girl on TikTok living her best life. And so she went to court. Apparently, she was found not guilty. I don't know what the results were, but she was able to walk free, y'all. And so fast forward to recent times on today TikTok world, a lot of people have identified the content creator Luna May, who's a part of something called the Asian House Collective. Girl, I don't know what the fuck that is, but as they've identified her as Isabel Jackson, and she has since came out and told her side of the story. So y'all can take a listen to that now.
Once I got to the bus stop, I was asking the bus driver to let us on the bus, but he was on his break and he didn't have a care in the world about it. And so I finished talking to him, and as soon as I turn around, I see just a huge group of girls approaching me, and I just get grabbed by the hair, and I don't even remember what happened, but I just started swinging, just trying to like get away, and I didn't like know what was even happening. Like, I blacked out because I was like so nervous, and like I guess my adrenaline or something, and I just went into fight or flight, and I didn't know what happened until after, and I regained consciousness, like, after I was pushed onto the floor, and everyone jumped me after that, and it beat me up really bad. I got hit with a shopping cart, and all I could think of was that, like, I didn't know, like, what happened, and then I saw her laying in the grass, and nobody was there by her at all. Nobody was going to see if she was okay. They were just so mad at me, and they were worrying about beating me up, and their friend is in the grass, dying, bleeding out, and I remember seeing how unserious people can be, and the fact that some guy who was at the bus stop also, he took his phone out and was recording with a flash, and he framed up on her and was just like recording her and what was going on, and I just think that was horrible that anything even happened. I was just so terrified that I had to I just ran away. I didn't know what to do.
So you guys have heard what she had to say it has sparked a lot of controversy. And there was another lady who was cellmates or blockmates. I don't know, girl, what they call it in a jail or in the world of jail. But basically saying Luna is lying. Like, she told her a different story. She told her sister a different story. Girl, listen to this.
So I was locked up with Isabel, or Luna in this case. I didn't know that she went by that name, or I didn't even know that she was TikTok kind of famous or something like that, or the Asian Bob. I don't even know what that is, but yes, I was locked up with her. I got locked up in May for my own reasons. She got locked up in June. And when she got locked up, they had her downstairs in a holding cell in Nashville Detention Center. If you are from Nashville, you know that the holding cells is very small and there's only 3. So there was 3 reasons why they didn't want to let her upstairs. One, she was coming off of hardcore drugs like heroin, meth, and I believe pills. The second one is that she had piercings. She had her lip piercing, she had her eyebrow piercing, she had all of that. Originally, you're not supposed to come upstairs with any type of piercings or anything like that, but she didn't want to take it off. The third main reason is there was this girl upstairs. Her name was Tramisha Ferris. If you look her up, you'll know that her case went worldwide or whatever. And Tramisha told us that she kind of grew up with Malaysia. She had a little sister that kind of grew up with Malaysia as well. That's what she had told us. And so Tramisha found out that she was downstairs, and then she had told the guards that if y'all were to bring Isabel upstairs, that she was gonna fight her and stuff like that. And so that's why it was one of the reasons why they didn't want to let her upstairs, either because they knew how Misha was. Misha did not care. She would get into altercations, and that girl was a firecracker. So eventually they told Misha, because her case got transferred into the adult system, they told Misha, at the time she was 17, and they had told Misha, if you get into an altercation with her, then we're going to make sure you wait that 1 year until you turn 18, and we're going to send you to the big jail, and you're going to wait in intake for that whole entire year in the intake in the adult system. So Misha did not fight her or whatever. They had told us that we're in there for our own reasons and stuff like that, so we should just be cordial. So we ended up being cordial with the girl. So when you go upstairs, well, when she came upstairs around midnight or 1 a.m, and there's 2 sides of the pod, which there's a right side and there's a left side. And we were on the right side, which 4 other girls were on the right side, and there was 1 single girl on the left side by herself. So they put her with the girl that was by herself. And it wasn't for long until they got into an altercation, and then eventually she had to get moved to our side on the right side. And she had kind of opened up on what happened on that day. Mind you, she had told us a different story from what the police report is saying, or from what everybody else is saying. So please do not come after me, just telling you what she had told us. She had told us that night, when everything had happened, that she was in Walmart with her group of friends and Malaysia was with her group of friends, and Isabel and her group of friends were stealing. And Malaysia and her friends cracked the joke. I don't think it was specifically Malaysia that cracked the joke, talking about ooh, she's stealing. If you know that Vine, then you know that Vine. And that's when the altercation, the argument had started inside of Walmart. She told us that Isabel had left. She had left outside to the parking lot, and that's when Malaysia and her friends had followed her. And I did watch the podcast. I heard what she said. What she was saying on the podcast was not true, and it was kind of pissing me off, because it's like the simple fact that you're coming on this platform and you're sitting here lying. And I'm just so glad that she came across the right person, because I will air it all out, because what you told us was something different. Isabel, yeah, Izzy, I'm talking to you if you ever see this video. Yeah, you know who I am. But she had told us that when she went outside, Malaysia and her group of friends had followed her, and when they had followed her, they had got to arguing outside. Originally, it was Malaysia's friend that was arguing with Izzy. This is what Izzy had told us, that it was... Sorry, I kind of froze right there. But apparently, one of Malaysia's friends was supposed to fight Isabel. It wasn't Malaysia that was supposed to fight Isabel. And that's what Isabel had told us. And the friend sent out Malaysia, and then that's when they had got the fighting. She had told us before they had got the fighting, it was a homeboy that gave her the knife. And she was fidgeting with the knife, and she didn't know that the knife was open. And that's when everything had happened. She basically had blacked out. That's what she told us. And the adrenaline rush was kicking in, and she thought she was just punching her. But the entire time she was being her everywhere. And she told us when all of that had happened, she didn't tell us that she got jumped. She didn't tell us that she got hit with the Walmart shopping cart like she's saying on the podcast and everything like that. When she even told us the story, there was no type of tears coming down her face at all. So it was pissing me off the way she was just capping on the freaking podcast. Like, why are you on here lying, Isabel? And when all of that had happened, she had told us after all of that had happened or whatever, that she ran away. When she ran away, she didn't even tell us that some guy gave her a ride. She didn't tell us that part either. And she told us that when she ran away, if you knew Isabel before, she had really long hair. It was to her waist. And she told us when she had got home, she told her dad what happened. She cut her hair. She dyed her hair. And her dad told her that we can book you a plane ticket back to your country. And supposedly she's Asian, but she had told me that she was Asian and Mexican personally. And I didn't believe that. So she had told us that her dad wanted to book her a plane ticket to flee the country. About what happened, she told the podcast something different. That's not what she told us. And the whole entire time that she was upstairs, we would get like little hygiene packets. And it would contain like a mini travel size deodorant, a mini toothpaste, a mini toothbrush. So one day she grabbed the toothbrush, she took it outside. Mind you, the rec yard is concrete. So she started sharpening the toothbrush on the concrete, and she made it into a little shank. Back then she used to grab the bugs as well that she will find outside in the rec yard. She'll bring it upstairs and she will have it in a container for like 3 to 4 days until the bug dies, and she will dissect them in the cell as well. She would also listen to hardcore metal or Suicide Boy. And listen, there's nothing wrong with listening to music. Like, everybody has their own preference, their own cup of tea, but the girls on the pod did not like that music. Neither did I personally, especially at 6, 7 in the morning, blasting and stuff like that. The guards used to turn off the TV, used to unplug the TV and everything like that because of the music that we were not used to. Also, at the same time, any single time that we do have a court or any type of trial or any type of hearing, there are staffs that do attend your courts. And they will come back and tell your business. Like, the staff there were messy. If you know, you had staff sleeping with kids in there. You had staff sneaking phones, sneaking stuff for the kids and all of that stuff. Okay, like, the staff there is really messy. If you know, if you're from Nashville, especially if you've been in Davidson County and you've been upstairs and you were up there for quite a while and you know how everything was, then you will know. And they came back and they told us that Isabella did not seven times. It wasn't 7 times. It was 9 to 12 times. And that's what the autopsy said for Malaysia's autopsies. Like, that's what they told us. That it wasn't 7 times. It was more than 7 times. And she also used to have this journal. And she used to stay up. She used to stay up all night because she could not sleep, because she would see the girl that in her dreams and stuff like that. She would have panic attacks and stuff like that. She would write a lot. She would draw the demons that she used to see in her head, or the demons that she used to see or whatever. And if you were to read her diary, she had like 3-4 diaries, like front and back pages full of what she was seeing and going through. I just can't remember what I seen or read in the book. It's been so long. But she used to write some crazy shit in there. I'm telling you, like, it was just crazy. So I got locked up a second time and she was still there. My sister was my charge partner at the time. I was locked up in 2 different occasions. And she also had like a personal talk with my sister as well. And I'm going to tag my little sister so she can give her side of the story.
So basically, you can hear how her former cellmate, highlighted discrepancies between the story that Luna has shared on a podcast and what she reportedly told the other girls while she was in jail. And so these conflicting accounts have led to debates about the authenticity of the narrative and the intentions. From what I have seen, for the most part, though, a lot of people have expressed like outrage, feelings towards this woman, because she was able to rebrand herself without acknowledging her past. She was able to grow up and live her life, whereas Malaya is still 14 and did not get to live out her life in a way that she should have. A lot of people are saying that she's not holding herself accountable, and you can see she still has a victim mindset and playing victim, which is probably what happened in court. Like, oh, all of these girls jumped me, these black girls jumped this Asian girl, right? And so being that she was older, likely stronger and bigger from what I can see, like as far as like pictures, Malia was tiny, this girl was short. Apparently they're saying like, what's her name, Luna, was on drugs. Like from what you heard from the TikToker who was a cellmate with her, she was on different drugs, had piercings, she was weird, she was crazy. You know, who knows what led to the argument. But this case, I wanted to talk about it because it brings to light issues about racial disparity in the justice system, where it has shown that Black individuals often receive, which we know, harsher sentences compared to white or Asian counterparts for similar crimes. It also seems like Black children don't necessarily matter because justice was not upheld seemingly for Malaya. If this girl is able to walk free, I don't know how old she is right now. I don't know if she's 18 or 19. But whatever the case may be, you committed murder. She should have been tried as an adult. They put her in a juvenile. I don't know. I think it was in Tennessee. I don't know necessarily what their laws are as it pertains to trying juveniles as an adult based on the crime. But I just want to say, in the midst of all of this, it is crucial to remember the victim, Malia Powell, and her family. Her mother has been very vocal about seeking justice for her daughter. You know, it's tough, right? Because at the end of the day, the family for Malia has to suffer, whereas this Asian woman, you know, gets to go on and live her life and make these strange TikToks. And apparently, when she got out of juvie or juvenile or jail, she went on to create like an OnlyFans as well. Very, very strange. I don't, like I said, don't know too many details about the juvenile case itself. Someone lost their life. There were witnesses. There was people there to testify as to what happened. So yeah, but at the end of the day, a young lady lost her life and someone was not held accountable for it. There was witnesses. She has admitted to it. She has been playing victim, which was likely her defense in her case. Like I said, I don't know what the laws are in Tennessee as it pertains to juvenile or juvenile to life, but this was something very serious. I think she was old enough, 16, you know, most days 16 or 17, you can be tried as an adult, depending on the severity of your crime. This was a crime against a person. This was a violent crime against a person. Someone lost their life. And it's unfortunate that she gets to live out her life. She gets to grow up. She gets to make all this money off of doing whatever she wants to do. And the damning part about all of this, as you heard, like from the one young lady who says that she seen or saw the young girl who she murdered in her dreams. And she's gonna have to live with that demon for the rest of her life of what she did. And I do find like a lot of people, you know, music has a way of also putting you under a spell. We're not going to get into that because as you heard, she was listening to like crazy music and all this other stuff. Child, the rabbit hole may go deep spiritually with this case and with her, but I just want to kind of stick to the facts and like what's happening on TikTok. And I just want to know what you guys' thoughts are. So let me know. Please comment and subscribe. And if you already subscribed, hit that notification bell if you like videos like this. I will see you guys in the next video.